In this series, you're going to learning with me to develop your composed, confident, and credible voice. The first thing you're going to learn about voice is breathing. And you want to know that breathing determines the quality of your voice. So I would like to have you to sit upright or stand upright, and you're going to pick up one breathing technique. The proper breathing, we're actually using the muscle called diaphragm. So I'd like to have you put your hand on your upper stomach. So this is where your diaphragm is. The exercise I'm going to demonstrate is called open mouth breathing. That means you're going to breathe in and out through the mouth. So first, put your hand on the upper stomach, and then breathing in through the mouth. So I demonstrate. Take a breath in, and you should feel that the hand is moving out. And then breathe out. So when you breathe out, the hand should move in. Now, isn't it the opposite to what you're doing? So when you breathe in, your stomach actually goes in, and when you breathe out, comes back. So it's the opposite. So do it one more time with me. Put your hand on the upper stomach. Take a breath in slowly through the mouth, like this. And then breathe out. Okay. Now notice, when you do this, this part is very relaxing. Don't do it in this way. So in that way, you're not relaxed. Because not only just the breath is important, you also need to know that relaxation is also critical for your voice projection. So you're going to do this exercise on a daily basis. One of the questions my clients always ask me is, Cynthia, does that mean that I'm going to breathe in this way all the time? The answer is yes. So it's not that when you want to project your voice, you breathe in and out through here, but make every breath coming from here. Many of my clients, they're senior executives, and they want to develop a so-called leadership voice. What are the qualities for a leadership voice? And we're actually helping you develop a full voice. A full voice means you use your full body to project the voice. When the voice is full, it will be deep. How to develop the full voice? Well, you will need to have 3 steps. And these 3 steps, one we have mentioned, which is breathing. But breathing is the second step. Before you breathe properly, there's one thing you must do, which is relaxation. Relaxation is to help you release the unnecessary tension in your body, so your body is more open and more relaxed for the voice projection. And the third step is resonance. Resonance means supplementary vibrations in your cavities. Yes, you do have cavities in your body. For example, your nose, your mouth, your throat, your voice box, and your chest. When you use all of them to project the voice, your voice will be fuller, stronger, and deeper. One of the most common voice problems is a monotonous voice. Many of my clients say that, I have a monotonous voice, and I always put people into sleep in presentations. Do you have a monotonous voice? Now, you probably have heard that you need to change your tonality, change your pitches, change your volume. But that is not the key. Because you think about it, when you're speaking and when you're excited, you know that you need to use a high pitch and say, I'm excited! But does that sound real? It sounds so fake. And you probably, if you are the audience member, you get scared. And the key is not to just work on pitches, tonality, or volume. The key is emotion. It's not to ask you to get emotional, because many of my clients, especially male clients, they will get, I'm not emotional. So you don't need to get emotional, but you need to have the emotion for your speaking. How to have the emotion? Now, first, you need to think about how do you want the audience to feel. If you want them to feel a kind of urgency, if you want to have them feel motivated, and you come and say, good morning everyone, today I'm going to talk about. Do you sound motivated? If you don't sound motivated, they will never be motivated. So have emotions. And to have emotion, think about what do you want them to feel. Another technique you can use is emphasis. Emphasis is the easiest to have you have a more colorful voice. Now the emphasis you are going to practice on a daily basis. For example, tomorrow you're going to have a presentation, and now you're looking at your script saying, oh, here I'm going to emphasize a word. Here I'm going to emphasize another word. Tomorrow, when you stand in front of the audience, do you think you're going to remember? Absolutely not. You're going to have too many things in your mind and you won't remember any. So what you're going to do is you practice emphasis in your daily conversations. For example, if we say, we'll miss the deadline, and if you want to convey the emotion which is urgency, and if you just say, we'll miss the deadline, do you think they will feel the urgency? No. So instead, you're going to emphasize one word. And what is the word? So one client of mine, he said, deadline. I said, okay, you try it. So he tried it, and he said, we'll miss the deadline. So then he said, doesn't sound like it. So it's probably miss. So how are you going to say it? Okay, it's we'll miss the deadline. I would like to talk to you about a few common mistakes my clients make in their voice. The first one is, if I speak in this way to you, can you hear me clearly? Probably not. The problem is mumbling. So in order to help you overcome the mumbling, what you need to do is recording. So record yourself, because most of the times you're mumbling and you don't even know. And then, of course, the solution is when you speak, open this part more. So I'll do it one more time. If I say, this is how I speak, and you see the movement is very small. And the clear one will be, this is how I speak. So it's much clearer. And the second problem is, the voice is too soft, as if they're talking to themselves. And the voice is too soft, as if they're talking to themselves. Now, in order to help you build a stronger voice, it's not by shouting, because shouting is not good and is not the proper projection. In order to have your voice become stronger, what you need to do is go through the 3 steps we mentioned for a full voice. And they are relaxation, breathing, and resonance. So when you go through these 3 steps, not only your voice will be stronger, but also even though you're talking to a bigger audience, they will hear you clearly, and you don't use a lot of effort, and you don't need to shout. Now, talking about shouting, the third mistake is when people address a bigger audience, they tend to shout. How do you find that voice? You'll probably hear, Now, shouting is your voice is all through here. In order to address a bigger audience, and also not to shout, is to project your voice using your full body. Again, we talk about the full voice. Now, you see the benefits of the full voice. Not only help your voice become fuller and deeper, but also solve many of the voice problems. And the fourth, this also happens to a lot of my clients. They will say that, oh, Cynthia, I speak very, very fast. And every time I have to remind myself to slow down. But after I remind myself, another few seconds, I will go back to the fast talking. Now, speaking fast, if you speak fast, I can only tell you one thing. If you speak fast, you're selfish. Why you're selfish? Because like many of my clients, they will say, oh, I have so many ideas in my mind. I have to get it all out. So in order to speak slowly, it's not that just purposely reminding yourself to slow down. That's not the best way. To slow down, open this part more. Now you see, if I speak very, very fast, and did you notice that this part is not moving a lot? So the first one to slow down is to open this part more. When you stand in front of an audience and you feel so nervous, and all of a sudden you speak like this, good afternoon everyone, today I'm going to talk about voice tips. What's wrong with that voice? Comparing to this one, good afternoon everyone, today I'm going to talk about voice tips. So is the second one sounding more relaxed? Yes, because the mistake is I was holding the breath. So the next time when you stand in front of an audience, don't hold your breath. So take a breath in first, and then when you speak, breathe out. Thank you for learning with me about the voice tips. This is Cynthia Zhai, your voice coach.